New York's resilient city construction is grounded in the rule of law. This top-level design sets it apart in global resilience practice. Rather than relying on temporary policies or tech-driven paths, New York embeds resilience goals into law, creating institutional barriers through continuous legislation. This approach reflects anxiety over policy continuity in a decentralized system and the rule of law tradition's clear definition of rights and obligations. The deep logic behind New York's legislative-first approach to building a resilient city lies in the grassroots American belief in the flaws of human nature. In practice, those in power share the same risks of irrationality and willful abuse as the public. This sober view of human nature drives the U.S. to adopt a dual constraint system, horizontally separating powers to maintain dynamic checks among legislative, executive, and judicial branches. This institutional rationality goes beyond mere moral discipline, transforming human weaknesses into a balancing force through procedural justice. As Montesquieu explained in The Spirit of the Laws, the law of checks and balances states that it is an eternal experience that anyone with power is prone to abuse it. To prevent the abuse of power, power must be restrained by power. New York has crafted a governance model for resilient cities through special legislation, aiming to shield urban governance from the volatility of political cycles. By elevating urban resilience from administrative decisions to legal obligations and embedding them into the city's foundational framework, the legal provisions on resilience remain intact despite changes in leadership. This approach ensures that even with political turnover, standards for resilient city construction are upheld. The benefit of this legislative priority is that it bypasses political games in budget reviews and eliminates conflicts between interest groups, such as political parties, developers, and community groups, over limited resources, preventing inefficiencies or delays in key projects. The essence of this strategy is to codify scientific consensus on resilience into law, thus acting as a policy stabilizer. New York's resilience legislation began with the 2007 Greener, Better New York Plan, which first integrated climate adaptation into the city's development strategy and laid the groundwork for flood control and infrastructure upgrades in coastal areas. In 2013, the Stronger, More Resilient New York Plan was issued, establishing a list of 257 resilience projects through special legislation. The 2015 One New York Plan marked a comprehensive upgrade, incorporating climate justice into the legal framework. Compared to Tokyo's flood control channel construction, which was delayed for 13 years due to parliamentary debates, New York's institutional innovation ensured the Big U Coastal Protection Project, initiated in 2012, was completed in 3 phases over 10 years. Even after 3 mayors, its composite flood control design, featuring ecological embankments and landscape slopes, continued to adhere strictly to the original statutory standards. While cities worldwide waver between disaster response and long-term planning, New York has embedded a unique resilience gene through the rule of law. This resilience is not just seen in flood control infrastructure, but in the very foundation of urban governance. It ensures that short-term decisions account for long-term risks, prioritizes public safety over commercial interests, and integrates individual freedom into collective protection. From the elastic waterfront of the Hudson River to the ecological rebirth of Staten Island, New York demonstrates that the rule of law is not a constraint on innovation, but a shield against an uncertain future. While other cities debate the priority of resilience, New York's approach is clear. Only by embedding resilience goals into legal obligations can cities stay ahead in the climate crisis.